Hi there, I'm Robert. I'm a conductor, and I wrote this story that I'm about to read for you. It is called Stella's Magical Musical Balloon Ride. It is in 5 parts, and in each of these parts, Stella takes a balloon ride over some sort of feature, like a river or a mountain or an ocean. Now, I wrote this book for 3 reasons. First, I wrote it because I've always wanted to ride in a hot air balloon. I haven't had the chance yet, but one of these days I'm totally going to do it. Seems super cool. 2, I wrote this book because whenever an adventure happens to me in my life, I start to hear music in my head, and I wonder if there are others of you that have the same thing happen. And 3, I call it Stella's Magical Musical Balloon Ride because Stella is my niece, and I love hanging out with Stella. Stella and I go on some great adventures together sometimes. So, this is part 1 of Stella's Magical Musical Balloon Ride, The River. Stella was lying in bed just waiting for the sun to rise. It was finally time to get up. She had been dreaming about this day for weeks. Stella was about to have an adventure. Today was the day she would take a ride in a hot air balloon. The balloon was scheduled to take off from a neighbor's farm at 8 a.m. sharp. She and her dad jumped into the car for what was usually a quick trip. On her way, Stella daydreamed, hearing music she remembered hearing in her mind the night before. It was not uncommon for her to hear music in her imagination. The music sounded dramatic and beautiful. When she first saw the balloon with her own 2 eyes, she was surprised by its size. It was bright red, and it rose high above them. The basket underneath, called a gondola, was big enough for at least 2 people. She and the pilot would fit just fine. She quickly climbed in. Her dad, a bit nervous, asked, "Are you sure you want to do this? It's not too late to change your mind if you're scared." "Scared?" Stella asked. "No way." He loved that his daughter was so brave. Before she knew it, the balloon rose into the air. The ropes began to tighten, and the gondola lifted from the earth. She was so excited she could hardly catch her breath. As the balloon went up, her dad began to shrink below. The balloon rose higher and higher into the air. She looked around and quickly noticed a wide river. She had taken the bridge over that very same river many times in a car, but today it was different. She looked to the north and then to the south, wondering where the river began and where it was going. Just then, she began imagining how a river might sound. Great music popped into her head. The sounds rippled like waves. Then, out of nowhere, a bold and bright melody appeared, floating on top of the ripples. Listen to the river music that Stella heard in her head. See if you can hear the wave-like sounds in the music. They quickly transform into background sounds for the melody floating above. Wasn't that super cool, the music that she heard in her head? Would you like to learn how to conduct that music? I can show you. Okay, so here's the thing. You'll need something to conduct with. You could pick up a pencil, maybe a chopstick. Maybe you even have at home one of these, a baton. You can even just use your hand. It works just fine. Basically, the piece of music that you just heard is in what we call 2, which means we beat 2 beats like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Go ahead and try it. down, up, down, up. So when the music begins, I will do it along with you and show you how it fits in. Listen to this. Down, up, down, up. Isn't that cool? All right, join me next time for the second segment of our Stella's Magical Musical Balloon Ride when she goes over a mountain